what we're doing. Woo-hoo. This is our live shot location. I love it. Look at this gas station. That is a real old school gas station even. I mean, look at the Art Deco details, and yeah, something about this just makes me feel actually Christmassy. This is here in Brookside, and Brookside itself is always done up really nice. Here's the street we're looking down. Yep, good place for Christmas cheer. So, we're being creative this morning. Yeah, gas price stories usually lend themselves to visuals. And so I'm moving the car into the gas pumps. I hope that there isn't anybody that comes here that needs to get this particular pump. I don't think they should. That's fine. But got to get it positioned in a way so we can actually see it. Woo! All right. Hee hee. All right, it is time to get a hot drink. I think if I can find some packing. Oh, here's the spot opening up, maybe. I don't know, sometimes when you pull up on somebody, they, when they're leaving, they sit in their car forever. Not this time. Coolness. Rockstar. Cha-cha-cha. Lucky for me. Look at that. Woohoo. Alrighty then. Hee hee. Look at the morning. Coffee. Oh, that is my day. It was getting kind of crowded there for a bit. I was almost like double booked. I was having to rush a shoot, which I don't like to do. But, you know, we're doing a story about generosity in Kansas City, a Boy Scout project. Collected some coats and got a lot of them for women's shelter, the City Union Mission here on the northeast side. There's always these big, beautiful houses around here, and a lot of them are unfortunately vacant or in not great shape, and somebody squats in them and starts a fire, and we end up with less and less of these beautiful older homes. Oh, here we are on 12th Street. 12th Street's interesting. Let me, I forget that I should do this. And then I forget that I have it. But right about here, and this reminds me of Christmas a lot too, because I did a pretty good Christmas story here. But this is all pretty much done by the Gates family. They're like, I believe their headquarters are here. And this little strip mall that was developed by the Gates family, and they really moved into the neighborhood and are trying to do good and develop things. In this house right here, what's her name? What is her name? The first African American woman millionaire. She made her fortune off of oil in Oklahoma, and that was the house she built, and I can't remember her name. And this is the famous 12th Street and Vine area. And the sad history of this area is that this was the area where the African American Entertainment District was, and so they have the Jazz District at 18th and Vine, but 18th and Vine was more or less the business district. This was the hot spot for a lot of the clubs and everything where entertainers would play. And in the late 30s, the morally upright people of Kansas City decided they didn't like that in their town anymore, and they didn't like anything. They had Tom Pendergast arrested on gambling charges and hauled off to jail, and they came through, I believe it was through here, with brooms saying they're going to clean up Kansas City, and by that they mean they shut down all the bars and clubs, and musicians could not get work, and whatever was morally offending people, they shut it down. And then essentially they came in and tore down everything. I mean, not right away, more like in the 50s and 60s, and built government housing projects, which are not the greatest thing in the world to take all the poor people in town and move them into one area that more or less looks like a prison block. And the notorious Kansas City housing project was called Wayne Minor, and that was right in this area. And they eventually tore that down after it was a terrible eyesore. And so I guess that's sort of the sad roundup of the sad history of what was once a mecca of musical creativity. And of course, there was an organized crime aspect to that, and we're talking about racism and institutional racism and organized and concentrated poverty and all that good stuff, which on the one hand, lent itself to a lot of human activity that was very creative, but on the other hand, it was a lot of suffering, and still affects the city to this day. I mean, they basically, in addition to building the projects and stuff, they bulldozed a lot of poor neighborhoods to build the highways. And the highways, of course, I use the term gerrymandered, were gerrymandered right through the poorest neighborhoods. Many of them had historic qualities to it, and just bulldoze it and get rid of it. And the U.S. interstate highway system is the nickname is rich man's roads through poor man's neighborhoods. And you don't see the highways being built through the middle of the wealthier neighborhoods. You don't see it go right through the heart of Brookside or Mission Hills or anything else like that. You see it go right through the poor neighborhoods. Anyway, kind of a penny tour of the seedier side of life, the darker side, and I don't mean anything other than human darkness, the opposite of light. And it's fitting at wintertime we have Christmas at wintertime, the season of lights. It's actually a Roman tradition, this Saturnalia, and that's this time of year because in the northern part of the planet, when it's getting darker, days are short and nights are long, you need light to chase away the blues and depression and everything. Anyway, so I'm rambling now. I'm going to stop doing that and go home. It is really blustery, and I heard the weather service on the scanner say it's going to be single digits. Whatever they call that. It's going to feel like single digits tomorrow. Great, just in time for my live shots. Peppermint tea with honey. Tea.